Well, friends, we are doing more and more and more. Now, I've got a couple different types of subscribers to the channel, and I always feel horrible that I feel like I'm leaving someone out. Um, so, I don't want anybody to feel left out. We talk about collectibles on this channel, not just miniatures, minifigs. I mean, is that really miniature though? Is it? It's not. It's not miniature at all. Some of these are really freaking big. See the gray one right here? Really big. It's a cat. It's a cat, guys. It's Eva, star of the show, the showstopper. So let's see what we got. Yeah, let's see what kind of cool stuff we can talk about to keep all of our collectible friends happy. Because I am not here to discriminate. I am here to bring it all together. I'm here to share and care. That's what it's all about, guys. Sharing and caring. And Eva is all about knocking over our miniatures that are still wet. Because that is what Evas do. And, well, it's a necessary and useful activity she's up to. Because it keeps me on my toes. And that is very useful. Incredibly useful. So, with no further ado, we're going to play another game of Around the World with Eva. Yeah. Around the world with Eva Kitty, because she's cute. So what country will we visit next, Eva? Eva, I'm pulling out shiny. Shh, don't tell them. What country should we go to next? Now, I believe last time we went to Austria. So what if today we went to Belgium? What do you think? What do you think? Belgium it is? All right, you talked me into it. We're going to Belgium. So, a lot of people don't know this about Belgium. But it's really not that old of a country. At least as it used to be a holding of Spain and other, it just changed hands until finally in the 1830s, I believe it was, they finally decided to get their act together, and this guy, Leopold I, was kind of chosen to be the king. Those chop marks kind of look like chop marks in the coin. Alright, so Leopold ruled for a good long while, 30 years or so. And here's an older pose of the man. Old Leopold. There you go. And this is on the tail end of old Leopold's life. He didn't go much further past this, as I recall. His boy took over soon after that. I think the next year. Now, his boy is very famous. But infamous is probably more the word. Here he is. Leopold II. Now, there was a nasty bit of business in Africa, in their whole African holdings, the Belgian Congo. At the time, that's what it was called, the Belgian Congo. And we're not going to get into that, but let's just say Leopold II has some notoriety as one of the most egregious mass murderers in human history. Depending on how you quantify that, did he kill people directly? You could argue that one too, but he definitely was complacent in the deaths of a great many subjects that should have been protected. Now, aside from that, though, the coins are quite nice and can be had at relatively low premiums, as you can see, if you look hard enough. Norway also has lions on their coin, and there's some German states that have lions on their coins. It's a cool look, man. It's a cool look. So kudos to you, Belgium, for choosing the lion. Now, you may notice they use francs, same as the French. It isn't just Belgium that uses francs. The Swiss also use a similar system. And I think I believe Luxembourg does too. And who else has francs? Switzerland. The Swiss. Yeah, did I mention Switzerland? And so there's a whole lot of countries near France who have similar coinage denominations and weights. Because these coins are the exact same weight, believe it or not, as the French 5 franc or the French system. So, moving on, we go into the modern era of these coins, and this is Albert Koning. So this is a nice commemorative of Albert. It's a 20 franc coin, and you're about to see inflation, guys, because let's just say times changed in Europe after World War II. Things got a little hairy. Here's 1949. We're up to 100 francs. So I want to show you this so you kind of understand how much. So a coin this size is 5 francs in 1934. And a coin this size is 100 francs. And so 10 francs became 100 francs basically, because this coin's about twice as big as this one, right? So you'll see a lot of that in the European countries. Hungary had a lot of inflation too after the war. And long story short, it was just crazy times for some of these smaller places. Yeah. Here's another fine example of what we're talking about here. This coin is 50 francs. Okay. 50, and there's two spellings of Belgique. There's the Belgique. I'm sure I'm saying it wrong, but it's spelled Belgique. It's the French spelling. This is the Belgian spelling. Depending on the year, these coins can be very valuable if you got the right reverse spelling. I don't, but you guys might. There's a 50 franc and there is a 20 franc. This is the 20 franc. And to be honest with you, if we compare the size, I don't know if the weights add up here, because I don't think, unless the percentage of metal is different, I don't think this coin is big enough to constitute the silver weight of 1.5 of these, or 2.5 of these, or 2 1/4, whatever it would be. So this is 20 yet. So, yeah, I don't think this is big enough. But I'd have to check on the silver weight. It might be a different fineness too. I usually write them on the coins, and I do plan on going through all my coins and doing that. Just haven't got around to it yet. But I actually have quite a few of these Mercury heads. And they're cool. Cool coins, I think. You can get them under melt sometimes. You can get them a little above melt, somewhere in there. You guys want to see some crazy inflation? Here we go. Fast forward to 1976. We're at 250 francs, guys. 250 francs. And for what, right? For a coin that's the same size and less silver than a 5 franc. So that's quite a bit of inflation, right? There's some other odds and ends. Here's a wedding coin from 1960. That's about the same amount of silver as a silver $50 from the United States. And there's that cool lion. And it says 50. Huh? See it? Unless I'm seeing that wrong, but it looks like a 50 to me. Using the lion. And they've done a Belgiga thing. That's pretty neat. Oh, there you go. Now you can see it. Yeah. 50 francs. 1960. What a fine year, right? We got that as a gift. Yep. From one of the Kitco forum members. I won't drop their names unless they tell me to. Here's a 1958 coin. Bedouin. Same guy that was on that 1976 coin. And there you go, guys. 50 francs. Or francs. 50. The big 5-0. So, you know, it's actually smaller. Or maybe it's the exact same size. I don't know. It seems to me like it's a little smaller. See that? So 50 franc versus 50 franc. Alright. So guys, that is Belgium, the coinage. I might have some other odds and ends. Here's something. Yeah, this is cool. So, remember we were talking about this guy back in the 30s? Well, this is something 1912. 1 franc from 1912. So, there he is. I think that's what, Alfred? Can we read it? Let me see if I can read it without the camera. Oh, Albert, that's what it was. Alberto. I knew it was an A name. Paid 66 cents for this. So, that's cool. You know, I don't, actually the Netherlands has guldens, something. So they don't have francs. My bad, guys. But that's our Belgian stuff. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Have an amazing day. I hope you find all the collectibles of your dreams while you're awake. And yeah, the Belgian stuff is cool. As long as you can look past the little genocide, you know, and that kind of stuff, and kind of really just appreciate the coins themselves and not necessarily who's on them. You know, and that's a lot of places, right? A lot of places. I mean, you listen, if you're going to be offended about everything that's ever happened in world history and try to erase it or something, I don't know what to tell you. Because, like, if we don't have this stuff to remind us, you know, then we might end up doing it all over again because people are gonna, you know, not remember. So that's just my take. You tell me in the comments what you think. Have a wonderful day.